your camera. And then for the speakers, you can stand up and look at your camera when you're delivering your speech. If you want to call someone to speak, just call out the name of the person, and then don't forget to pin the timer because it is so crucial, especially for the speakers. So just click or double tap the timer's screen and pin the timer. And then the last one, you can adjust yourself with your device, so the audiences can see your body, and the speaker can see the audiences as well. I think that's all. So without further ado, I would like to call our first important person, which is the president of Magical Toastmasters Club. So everyone, let's make a round of applause for our distinguished president.
Yay!
Hi, everyone. So, Gloria, thank you very much. So actually, I'm representing Melita tonight. Melita is our president of Magical Valley Toastmasters. So I'm here, I'm Wira, I'm the vice president of education in Magical Valley Toastmasters. So tonight, I would like to welcome all of the Toastmasters and guests. Thank you very much for joining our tonight's meeting. And I can see some of guests in here. Welcome to our regular meeting. Here we have Rahwon. I'm sorry if I pronounce your names wrong. Is that correct? Rahwono Yudianto. Hi, so happy to see you here. And then we also have Citra Larasati. Hi, Citra. Okay, thank you for joining us tonight. And we also have some other fellow Toastmasters from other clubs. Thank you very much for supporting us here. We have several. So for some of the guests, I would like to share a little bit about what is that Toastmasters clubs. What is the Toastmasters club? Is an international organization where it aims at helping us to improve our communication skills, our public speaking, and also our leadership skill. This is a very safe place for us to learn. So let's enjoy the meeting tonight. And usually in every meeting, we have the leader of the meeting, which is called Toastmaster of the meeting. And for tonight's meeting, we have Amelia Dewi as our Toastmaster of the meeting. So without further ado, I would like to invite our Toastmaster of the meeting, Amelia Dewi. Time is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you are healthy and well. So today, the theme will be I love rock and roll. So when I search what is the day for August 6th, and the thing that I found is International Beer Day. And what was I thinking after imagining a beer is party and also rock concert. That is why I chose this theme. Hopefully you guys could enjoy this meeting in this lovely evening and rock and roll, guys. All right, so in this meeting, I will be helped by a very special person and also her team. She will help me to evaluate all the meeting from beginning until the end. I would like to call our general evaluator first, Natalie Chayadi.
Yes, Toastmaster Amelia. Hello and welcome everyone to Magical Valley Toastmasters Club. And tonight I will be taking a role of general evaluator, and my duty is to evaluate the whole meeting proceeding from beginning until the end. Also evaluating the role that hasn't been assigned specific evaluators, such as Toastmaster of the meeting, double topic master, technical role players, aka my team. So let's start by introducing some of my team members. First up is our grammarian, Toastmaster Dede Mahotama. So please welcome Toastmaster Dede Mahotama.
Okay, thank you, Natalie, for introduction. Hey, everyone. My name is Dede. I will be your grammarian here. So what I can say about this meeting is that bring out the best of your grammatical skills, and my task here is that I will judge every single grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation from all of you. So it's relax if you made some mistakes, because we are here to make we are here just okay to make mistakes, and I'm here to fix it, and also we are here at the end of the day. We are here to learn, to develop ourselves. Okay, good. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, grammarian. Would you mind to introduce word of the day as well?
Sorry. Okay. So the word of the day of tonight's meeting is anthem, as in anthem in song. Thank you.
Okay, so let me have like a quick look on what it actually means. So anthem, according to dictionary, is a rousing or uplifting song identified with a particular group, body, or cause, or a choral composition based on biblical passage, singing by a choir in a church service. So for example, you can say the song became the anthem for hippie activists. So I hope during this meeting, you can also use this unfamiliar word, because that's how we're gonna learn. All right, thanks, grammarian. And move on to the next role taker, the counter. Please welcome Toastmasters Teresia.
Thank you, Natalie. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As the counter, I will be listening to what everyone says and marking down on a chart any inappropriate word or sound used as a space filler. Space fillers can be words such as and, well, but, so, and you know, or snapping finger. And inappropriate sounds may be I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. And at the end of the meeting, I will provide my report. Thank you. Back to Natalie.
Thank you, Madam Counter. Next in my team member list is our timer, Toastmaster Gloria Follow. So please welcome Toastmaster Gloria. Are you there, Toastmaster Gloria Follow?
Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie. Ladies and tonight, I will be the timer. Hello, sorry. Well, thank you, Toastmasters Natalie. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, time is so crucial. Tonight, my role is timer. I will have the speakers or everyone who will talk tonight to know their time allocation. Well, since we have 3 sessions, the first session is prepare speech. For prepare speech, the speaker will have 5 until 7 minutes, and I will raise a sign, which is green, it means 5 minutes, yellow, it means 6 minutes, and red, it means 7 minutes. For the speakers, you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And in the second session, we have table topic. And for table topic, all of us get 2 minutes. I will raise 1 minute green, yellow, 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I will raise red color. It means your time is up, or 2 minutes. You also have 30 seconds for wrapping your speech. And the last one, we have the session, which is evaluation. For the evaluators, you have 2 until 3 minutes, and I will raise green color. It means 2 minutes, and yellow, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And the last one is red. That means 3 minutes for your time. I think that that's all, and do not forget to pin me so you can see me when you are speaking. Thank you, and back to our Madam GE.
Thank you, our timer, Toastmaster Follow. Last but not least, we have ballot counter, Toastmaster Denny. So please welcome Toastmaster Denny Surya.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. So as you know, in life, we will be more motivated if we in the race. So we will have race now. So who is the best speaker, who is the best evaluator, and who is the best table topic? I will launch the polling after the end of the session of evaluator. So I will need you to vote in 1 minute. And that's all from me. Back to Natalie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Denny. All right, I will be back in the second half of the meeting in the beginning of the third session, evaluation session, to lead the session. For now, I will pass it back on to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Amelia.
Wonderful, distinguished Toastmaster Natalie. So now let's just start. So in this Toastmaster meeting, we will have 3 sessions. The first session will be prepare to teach. Everyone will have, all the 3 members will have a chance to do their project. And the second session will be the table topic session. It is for guests, and hopefully we have guests in here, like 3 or 4 people. Hope you can join the table topic session. And the last but not least is evaluation session. The evaluation session will be evaluating the first session for the prepared speech. So this is actually the benefit of Toastmaster. When we doing prepared speech, we are being evaluated, so we know how can we improve our speech. All right, without further ado, I will start with the first speaker. And the first speaker is Denny Surya. Denny Surya will be evaluated by our love guru from Eagle Toastmaster Club, which is Toastmaster Purwanto. For Toastmaster Purwanto, can you explain about Denny's project? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Amelia Dewi. We have 2 Amelia, so that's why I mentioned Amelia Dewi. Today we will have Denny as our first speaker, and he will be doing the project Engaging Humor. And the project is about know your sense of humor. The purpose of this project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. So everyone be ready to laugh during this speech. And the title will be The Last Penny. Denny Surya, The Last Penny, The Last Penny, Denny Surya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Purwanto. Who is thinking college is the best day of your life? Same with me. For people that not thinking the same, let me tell you my college life and persuade you. My college life start in Surabaya. And as you can tell, Surabaya is famous for cheap, delicious food. So I feel like heaven because I can buy as many as food I want. At the same time, I can save my monthly stipend from my parents. So I feel rich and I don't know where to spend my money. And I try to spend my money by playing game online in cafe, but I still have so much money. Do you know why? Because fee to play game online is cheap, just 10,000 rupiah for 6 hours. So how many time you have in day? Third of the time already spent in playing game online, and it's still cheap. But after that, I feel like bored playing game online all the day until one afternoon after class break. I look around and see my friend playing something game. It's called game and it's called Magic the Gathering. This game make me memorize and I want to play. Sadly, when I ask them, can I join? They reject me and tell me to use my own deck. So I cannot play. Long story short, I buy a deck and play with them, but sadly, I'm always lose. Until I found solution, which is to buy booster card. And as I buy booster by booster, my win rate is up. And I got addicted to buy booster. And without my awareness, my money become less, and less. Until one day, I don't have money at all. So I call my parents as a last resort and then call them to give me extra stipend that month. Luckily, they agree with one condition. I don't repeat that again. So I nodded my head and I say, okay, just transfer the money. But there are some cats. They just can transfer the money tomorrow. And today, I have really big problem. It's I don't have money to buy food and no money in the bank. I had no other way. Then search my desk and I found 100 penny rupiah. Good. But sadly, I cannot eat with 100 rupiah. Then I searched around in my clothes, in the cupboard. And luckily, I found 500 pennies. It's still not enough to buy Indomie because Indomie at that time is 1,000 rupiah. I really remember that experience. I continue to search the room to get a penny. One by one by one, I got penny, and luckily, in the end, I found 1,400 pennies more. These 20 pennies are my precious and the last penny I had. But to survive the day, I need to spend the last penny and had one Indomie for lunch and one Indomie for dinner. That day, I learned a lesson in life. That's no matter how much money you have, it will disappear when you blink your eyes. If you had bad money management, from that day onward, I focused to learn good money management from book, workshop, and expert. And also I try to practice good money management, but I am just human. Sometimes I feel lazy. And I always remember in my mind the last penny, and I feel motivated again. So, fellow Toastmaster and guests, I hope you remember the last penny and practice a good money management after this. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Denny. Please give a round of applause for Denny, who could save until the last coin that he have just to buy Indomie. All right, now let's move to the second speaker. Our second speaker is John Manurung, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Fatma from Malang Toastmaster Club. I would like to give the chance to Fatma to introduce John project.
Okay, thank you very much, our Toastmasters of the meeting. I will introduce John, our second speaker. John Manurung is a man who wants to be a better person. In this speech, he would like to deliver a speech about effective body language, which is in Presentation Mastery Pathway, Level 2, Project 2. The purpose of this project is for him to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. Without further ado, let's welcome John Manurung with his speech title, Two Sides. Two Sides, John Manurung.
Did you know, in this life, there is always opposite things that have been exist naturally, such as black and white, good and bad, strong and weak, full and empty, beautiful and not beautiful, necessary and unnecessary thing. In this occasion, I'd like to talk about two sides inside ourselves, which are bright side, means enthusiastic, excited, optimistic. Even when you talk, you are in a full energy. And the other one, dark side, means unenthusiastic, bored, unexcited, uninterested. It means you need healing self-time. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you agree that this meeting is gonna be exciting and memorable? Let me see thumbs up on screen. Okay. If you think so, what makes you think so? Is it because the vibe of Magical Bali Toastmaster that learn public speaking and leadership, or people inside the club, or is it just because a great day that makes a great meeting? If you are on the bright side now, you will have many good reasons to answer that. But if you are on dark side now, you will have no many good reason, or even you don't give anything to answer that, or just respond, oh yeah, let's see. That's logic. Let me tell you something. In 2015, when I was teaching English to a boy at his home, I remember his father told me, John, why do you look not excited today? Thanks for your asking me. Honestly, I didn't get what I have planned. I was failed. And he said, John, everybody has on its star. It has two different things. Star shines brightly, means bright side that I talked before, and star is faint, means dark side. When you are star shining, you will feel excited, powerful, even you can rock and roll like this meeting team. And I asked him, sir, when I know my star is shining brightly, and he smiled and standing up while touching my shoulder and said, you will know. How come I will know? Finally, after years, I do know when my star shine brightly or my bright side comes up. The answer is, I light it up. I light it up. Star. I built the bright side of me. For bright and dark side is always inside of us, side by side. So I have to make one of them dominant than the other side. I met many good friends, positive friends, good people. Even I joined Toastmasters to boost my bright side. And it works. When my dark side comes up, I said, wait. the MBTC meeting is not over yet. Hold on. After the meeting finishes, I can let it comes up the dark side. Maybe I can take shower so that my body is relaxed, drink coffee maybe, or just go to bed. I can be lazy person at the moment. So honestly, I'm working on it. I'm not perfect expert one. I'm just a man who wants to be a better person. What I'd like to conclude is we can take control of two sides. We can choose wisely whatever the sides we have. Aristotle, a philosopher, said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Knowing yourself, knowing when you use the right side on the right place. So, ladies and gentlemen, I choose to use the bright side on this meeting. Are you? Back to Tom.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you so much for being on your bright side for today because of the MBTC meeting. And you can sing the anthem of this meeting with all the spirit you have, okay? Now let's move to the last speaker. Our last speaker will be Andre. Andre will be evaluated by Krishna Kipa. So Purwanto is the love guru and Krishna is the serenity guru. Okay, I would like to call Krishna to give explanation about Andre's project.
Thank you, Amelia. Okay, I will be evaluating Andre More, who is doing level 4 project 1, which is leading your team. Now, I would love to know what his project was, but that's not for me. My job is to evaluate his speech for Andre to share his experience. His title is Giving Back. Andre More, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Krishna. Guys, I'd like to know when you started learning English. Could you please do me a favor? If you started learning English in kindergarten, please type K in the chat box, or please type E if you started learning it at elementary school. Yeah, this question is not for Ben, except Ben. Okay, cool. Wow. I believe, thank you guys for giving your answers. I believe kids these days have started learning English since they're in elementary schools, especially kids living in big cities. Anyone started learning English in junior high school or SMP? Could you please type yes, if you did? No. Oh, yes, Resita, formally. Cool. No one else? Resita, thank you. You're exactly like me, because I never got the chance to learn English in primary school or elementary school, because at the time English hadn't been taught. I started learning English when I went to junior high school. As you can imagine, I was very anxious in my first English lesson. I didn't know any English words or phrases, but it was different from some of my classmates who had taken English course when they're in primary school or elementary school. They seem to be more comfortable joining the English class. They're confident and able to answer when the teacher asks them questions. I was completely the opposite. I was shy and I felt intimidated. I was afraid of being asked by the teacher to answer a question or to say something in English. I remember once I was asking a boy in my class the meaning of an English word that I just learned. Instead of answering my question, the boy asked me, "You don't know the word?" I said, "No, that's why I asked you." Then he said, "Oh, you're stupid." Guess what? I didn't even know the meaning of stupid at the time. But when I saw the boy and my other classmates laughed at me, I knew something wasn't right. It seemed like I was bullied. So the first thing I did when I went home that day was borrowing my elder sister's dictionary and then tried to learn some English words, including the word stupid. What happened that day taught me a very lesson. I said to myself, I must learn English and prove my friends wrong. Since then, English had been one of my favorite subjects. Every day, I would create a list of new words and try to memorize them. I started listening to English songs, not only from singers like Bryan Adams, Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, but also from Bob Marley and the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. I learned and enriched my vocabulary by listening to their songs. That's how I fell in love with English in my high school, and finally decided to study English literature when I went to university in Malang, East Java. Now I can speak English much better than when I was in high school. I could be a language assistant in several schools in Australia, continue my studies in England, and travel around the world because of the English skills. Since May last year, I've been working for a language school in Perth, Western Australia, to teach their online classes. I've also been doing private tutoring for university students and professionals from other parts of Australia, the UK, and the USA because of my English ability. I can join Toastmasters and deliver my speech tonight because of English too. After achieving my goals in life, many big goals, many big dreams, especially after being awarded a scholarship from the Indonesian Ministry of Finance, I realized it's time for me to give back to the community here in my home island in Sumba. That's why I created an online community called Sumba Cendekia to give access to Sumbanese teenagers and young adults to learn English for free. Once in 2 weeks, we usually have meetings, English meetings, on Thursday evening to facilitate and help those Sumbanese teenagers and young adults to learn. Since it's done online, not only kids from Sumba can join the meeting, but also people from Bali, Java, Sumatra, and other parts of Indonesia. And yesterday evening, we had a big online meeting. As part of the preparation for the meeting, I created a small team to help me organize the meeting. One of the team members helped out as the MC of the meeting. Another member became the game master, as we've got game sessions in the meeting. Everything went well. I thought I would teach the participants lots of things. Instead, I listened to their stories as they shared their experience. I myself was the one who learned a lot from them. It was really good that I could finally give back. And as Jackson Brown Jr. once said, remember that the happiest people are not those getting more, but those giving more. I believe by giving more, you'll get more, because the more you give, the more you get. So that's why I'm committed to doing the online English meeting for free once in 2 weeks. And if you'd like to join in the Sumba Cendekia online meeting, feel free to contact me. Thank you very much, everyone. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you so much, Andre. Yeah, it's really, really great saying, I guess. By giving back more, you will get back more, right? And nowadays, kids from 2 years old also started to learn English. Even my nephew that's only 2 years old, they already know what English words. Okay, thank you so much for all the 3 prepared speech. Now I would like to ask Paulo for the timer. Is everyone eligible to be voted?
Congratulations for all prepared speakers because all of you are eligible. Congratulations. Back to Amelia.
Okay, so at the end, you can choose Denny, John, or Andre for the best prepared speech. We will now move back to the second session, and it will be led by our table topic master. And for today, our table topic master is Ben Whitaker. I will give all the control to Ben.
Thank you, Madam Talk. Rock and roll. Before we get into that, let's just kind of recap exactly what is table topics. So for some of you guests that have never been to a Toastmasters meeting, this is an opportunity for you to come up and get like an impromptu speech of sorts based off of one of my questions or phrases I have. And if you don't really understand what I'm saying, please ask me to repeat or, kind of help you out if it's not really clear. Also, you can talk about whatever you want. So you can kind of go off script. But being in a setting where we can talk impromptu, I don't think that's a word, impromptu. That's terrible. Grammarian, fix that. We can talk with an impromptu setting where we can talk to anybody at any time, anywhere. It's a great skill to have. And with this, we have a time standard. So if you guys can make it just 1 minute, you're done, which is great. But we want you to go more. 1.5 minutes, you'll see a yellow light. In 2 minutes, you'll see a red light with 30 seconds more. But with that being said, let's get on to the rock and roll. Share sound. Good. Okay. And with a little bit of oops, wrong stop. Okay. All right. So take a journey with me through the era of rock and roll. We have 6 questions. So we're going to go from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s until the 2000s. First up, we have Elvis Presley. Elvis had 18 #1 songs during his career. And one of those, one of my favorites, was in 1957 when he came out with the song, Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear. Let me give you a little. Oh, that's great. So it's a love song where he's referring to himself as a teddy bear. And essentially that means it's something where he's kind of a softie and he's someone fun and cute to kind of cuddle, right? So Theresia, you're gonna get to go first. I want you to describe to us your ideal teddy bear. You got that, Theresia?
No. Can you repeat,
someone
please?
wasn't paying attention. Okay. Do I have to do the whole thing over again? Okay, let me just get the recap. This is where, as a teacher, I tend to get people that aren't paying attention. So who is your, so I just kind of played Elvis Presley's Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear. So the question is, I want you to describe who or what is your ideal teddy bear? Someone that you would like to cuddle with, or even an inanimate object, a literal teddy bear. But it's up to you. 2 minutes.
Thank you. Well, actually, teddy bear is not my favorite. I don't know why I don't like teddy bears. But cuddling teddy bear, maybe it's nice, even though I never tried it. If I have a teddy bear, I would like to cuddling with, if someone has become a teddy bear, my teddy bear, of course, it could be my partner, Peter. Well, he's skinny. He's not like teddy bear, but he's nice to be cuddled. Thank you. Back to Ben.
This is my teddy bear. I've actually had this guy for about 30 years. So it's gone with me to all over the world. Yes, in music, right, we understand that most of what people are saying are metaphors, analogies, similes. They don't typically mean what they're actually saying. So it's really creative. And we go back to what Andre was saying, where you learn language, English, when you're learning English, music is one of the greatest ways to learn music. And on the flip side, I'm learning Indonesian. And some of you guys have seen me in my terrible karaoke days singing Indonesian songs. That's the same way I learn your language. So music is a great way to kind of learn different contexts and idioms as well. But our next person, I'm going to say it beforehand so I can get her attention now. Where did she go? Oh no, did she leave? Crap. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go with Emmy. All right. Let's go with that. You are going to be next. And we got the Temptations. And all right. So the Temptations. In 1965, the Temptations had their number one hit, My Girl. And as you see the lyrics, it starts off with, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, my girl, my girl. So that's typically talking about when someone is sad and gloomy, right? Their girl makes them happy. So Emmy, please describe who makes you happy when you're feeling sad.
I have to be honest to you, when I'm sad, I hate music. So I prefer to be alone, sitting down on the beach and just sitting, doing nothing. For me, when I'm sad, I don't need anyone. I love to just sit, doing nothing. When you ask me, why you doing nothing, because most of people when they sad, they make themselves busy. So for me, doing nothing is something. Silent is not empty. It is full of answer and question. So it is a bit aware for me if someone feels sad, they are going to the crowd to enjoy the music. So if you ask me who you are going to when I'm sad, I think that I don't need someone. I just sit. And when I'm sitting and doing nothing, and I will find a friend. So the true friend when you are sad, for me, is just myself. Back
awesome.
To you.
Congratulations. Yes. Sometimes being alone is a great way to kind of clear your mind and realize that, you know what, I'll be okay. Excellent. So let me call on one of our guests. Jasmine, are you there? Hello. Do you want to go? That's more of a volunteer told. I'm volunteering you to go. Is that okay?
Yeah, but I don't know what you want me to talk.
I know, because I haven't told you the topic yet. That's the surprise. But don't worry, it's not too difficult. But let's go in anyways. We got Gloria Gainer, right? So let me give you a little preview of her song. Da-da-da. All right. So Gloria Gainer came out with an anthem, keyword of the day, of overcoming like in a bad relationship, where she knows she had to overcome, she had the strength to overcome the loss of this terrible cheating man. And it's going to be okay. So Jasmine, I want you to describe a situation that was tough for you, but you knew deep down that you had the strength to overcome it and anything else.
May I know, is this talk about something for the future or something about for the past?
No, so, oh yeah, that's a good question. So it could be really anything, but what is something that you had to deal with in your life that was really hard, but you knew that you had the strength to overcome it?
Okay. Yeah. Hi. Good evening, everybody. You see me as a normal person, but at the age of 23 years old, how many of you has gone 23 years old? So that time I had a terrible accident. Only 6 months after my mom passed away. So I have gone through at that time that suddenly I had an accident, and when the doctor said I had to amputate one of the leg, and that time is a very, very horrible time. And then I was that time in Cebu, and then we don't have a specialized doctor. So, and we were so poor. Then my father want to save me, and then he has we don't have money to go. So we just go every time my father paid for everybody to give me some money. We went to Singapore just to seek for the best doctor. But from there, actually, I was very down. I told the doctor, just leave me alone. Don't save me because I want to go and meet my mother. Whether he understand or he don't understand, he become a very, very cheerful person. With the doctor, he's very, very motivated. I feel that the world is not the end. Because that time when I was in Malaysia, that time, I never see any artificial limb or whatever. So that doctor actually built a very high spirit on me that really motivate me. And of course, after many years later, I understand a lot of the things that actually God has do for me. Let me to become more passionate to those people who are like less fortunate or whatever. So I can understand their suffering much more. So actually, I believe that all these sufferings, at the back of all these sufferings, there's always something that it means something much, much greater that you never even has thought about it. So actually, if you think I regret to have this, no, I say I learned a lot. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. Great story as well. All right, we're moving on to the 1980s. And if you were born in this decade, you were pretty awesome, as I was. All right, let's have another guest. Rosita Siri, are you there?
Hello.
Do you want to show your face on camera? Yeah, all right. So my next song, 1980s. Oops, that's not the right one. Hold up. Stop. PowerPoint. There it is. There's Olivia Newton-John, 1981. She had the song "Let's Get Physical." Now let's play that real quick. Okay, real quick. Now, of course, this song is more, again, talk about how songs have different meanings. In the video, you see, like in the screenshot, she's exercising with about a whole bunch of overweight men. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Not her actual meaning of the song. But during this pandemic, a lot of us have not been so physical. We can't go outside and do much, and gyms have been closed. So what have you done during this pandemic to kind of maintain any kind of physical activity, Rosita?
Okay, thank you, Ben. So in the earlier phase of pandemic, I actually tried running. I've always loved running, but the thing is that I don't really have friends to run with. So I changed my mind and I tried doing yoga at home every morning, and I get bored again. So I tried Zumba, and after a while, it makes me exhausted. So I try other thing, like I try to gain more weight because I'm a bit underweight. So I tried something like push-ups and things. But yeah, so I've tried a lot of things actually, and the one that stay to these days is actually running. It can get boring at times, but it's also relaxing. So I usually run and listen to Spotify at the same time, listen to the rhythm of my life while running. And while running, I also think about my life. What do you call it? You think about your past and you evaluate yourself and what will you do after something like that. So yeah, I do a lot of things while running. Thank you.
That's awesome. And I don't know if you guys caught that, but she said she was trying to gain weight because she's a little underweight. Now, I don't have to try to gain weight. It just happens, right? And I wish I can go the other way. Right? As I get older, it just keeps on getting worse and harder. So I don't want to try eating anymore. But food is so good, especially Indonesian food. All right, thank you, Rosita. Great answer. Okay, next, a guest again, Yudi.
Yudi.
Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to my screen here. One of my favorite groups of all time in the 90s, Boyz II Men, was the hottest group. 5 number one hits. And The End of the Road is kind of a breakup song. So it's kind of sad. But let's play a little bit. Right. It's the end of the road. All right. So again, tough song. I actually wanted to do the other song that was like the same year, but you know, probably not so appropriate for Toastmasters. And you guys can look it up if you want. But when was a time where you had to step away from something in your life where you knew it was the end of the road? It could be a relationship or just any situation, job, whatever.
All right, so thank you, Ben. Talking about the end, it's actually started back in 2007 when I graduated my high school. So back at that time, I decided to go to a university like the others, and I chose to go with French literature or French teaching at that time. But again, after I took some of the entrance tests, I failed over the time, and then, well, I started to find a job, and then I started to work until back in 2010. I tried to talk to my mom again, my late mom actually. I told her that I wish to come back to school to pursue my educations, and she granted my wish actually at that time, surprisingly. And then she told me to keep moving on at that time, to take things that I like most, which is, I told her I'm not really good in number, I'm not really good in memorizing things. Somehow I only know how to talk. I only know how to persuade people in so many ways. So, well, then my mom told me, why don't you take another language? You're pretty good in English. Then I step away from the dream of being French speakers, and then I started to open the other way to be a person who I am right now. So yeah, I took English literature back in 2010.
Awesome. The end of the road doesn't always stop there. It
Exactly.
allows you to go to a different direction. Thank you, Yumi. Well done. All right, we have made it to the 2000s. This era, I was about 13 to 23 years old, a decade. Man, my life kind of went crazy. This is in the US, if you guys know, it's like this is the decade of like your NSYNC, your Backstreet Boys, your Christina Aguilera, all that kind of boy band garbage started in this decade, right? But one of the last years, 2009, one of the longest lasting #1 hit songs came out. And I'm going to ask our last guest, Chintra, your turn. Black Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling.
I got a feeling.
Hey, wait. Don't jump the gun, Andre. Right. So, Chintra, describe to us the best night of your life. And for me, most of my best nights, I probably can't remember every detail. But so one that you can remember, what is the best night of your life?
Okay, that was actually a good anthem, Ben. I like the anthem from Black Eyed Peas. That was a good one. Okay, the question is the best night that I can remember. I think recalling to the past experience that I had, like the first speaker mentioning about the experience that he had back in university time, I would say that the best night I had was back in university time as well. Because at that time, I was still young. Well, I'm still young until now. But at that time, I was still young. And then when I did something, I did not really think it twice. So at that time, I was in Malang, the same university I went to with UD and also Pak Andre. It was in Malang. And then I think it was around 10 or 11 p.m. in the evening. And then a group friends of mine asked me to go to Batu. Batu, it was like 30 minutes to 45 minutes from Malang. And then we went there in the night by motorcycle. And you can imagine that Malang is actually a pretty cold city. So we wore jackets, we wore pants, everything we can do to cover ourselves just to enjoy ketan. Ketan is actually like a sticky rice in Batu. And also we only went to Batu just to enjoy the sticky rice and also roasted corn and also milk, the fresh milk. Those all that we took around 30-40 minutes in a long, cold and windy road. I think that was actually the best night because it was not about the food. It was not about but it was more into the experiences, the warmth that we can have with the group of friends, even though it was during a cold cold night in Malang. And the thing that I could also remember at a time, it was a friend of mine. I think they were about to match to each other. So one of them said that they like one to each other. So it was actually something like that makes us happy. Okay, I think that's all the story of the best night that I can remember. Thank
Awesome.
you, Ben. Back to you.
That reminds me of like a movie of Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Now, probably a lot worse for them in that movie, but say they wanted some food and they weren't going to stop until they got it, and they had a lot of crazy adventures on the way.
But
and
it wasn't crazy like that.
Yeah. So when you have a plan with friends and it's not really planned, but you're just going to go, those are some of the best nights you can have. All right. So rock and roll. There it is. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you so much, Ben. Now I would like to ask Paolo about the time.
All speakers, oh, sorry, what I meant is, sadly to say, for the first speaker in our table topic, who Gracia, you are uneligible, while the others are eligible to be voted. Thank you. Back to Amelia.
Okay, thank you so much for the report, Paolo. So everyone is eligible except for Teresia. The eligible are Bu Emi, Resita, Jasmine, Yudi, and Chitra, if I'm not wrong. All right, everyone. So this is the end of the second session, and I would like to give us a break for 5 minutes. So we will going back again at 8:04. Okay. Now you can go to the toilet, or maybe you can grab your snack.